The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
Hi guys, welcome back to another edition of the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Insured. It's your host on the show. My name is Tim the Sports Sokai, and as always, I'll be back right here again to give you all our topics for this week. For the very first time on the episode of the Ensure Zone podcast, we'll be giving out a bonus tip from other sports. I know we've been doing football all along, but I thought about it that how about I make people smile to the bank as well from other sports. So today you're going to enjoy our bonus tips from the other sports, especially from the game of basketball. So shall we start? Definitely. Of course, I know you're ready right there. Don't forget, you can like this video, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos like this one. For those that have always followed us and those that are still with us currently, they can testify to the fact that every week right here at the Short Zone podcast, we smile to the bank. And definitely from last year, we got loads of appreciation texts from people, from our followers, appreciating us for, all the good times, all the good, times that we allowed them smile to the bank. In fact, they said the Ensure Zone podcast and Bet Insured as a prediction website gave them more money than they ever got on any other prediction website. That is why I would say, if I were you, I would definitely go to www.betinsured.com to check out all our other arrays of predictions. You can reach down from the correct score down to the halftime, full time, down to the highest scoring half. Trust me, big odds predictions are what we deal with right here at Bet Insured. So shall we get started with today's prediction? Definitely, let's get started. Don't forget, share this video to your friends so that they can as well enjoy from today's prediction. Let's get started into this week's predictions.
Smile to the bank all the time with Bet Insured. Choose Bet Insured.
And now we're getting started into the big one coming up today, and that is between Brentford taking on Liverpool. Well, there's an interesting fact regarding this one because Liverpool, they started the season quite well, and right now, at some point, people were thinking they were unstoppable. But in recent times, it seems as though Liverpool are suffering from fatigue. Their star man, Mohamed Salah, is not really, high flying like he used to be. Maybe not so drastically, but of course, we know that, Mohamed Salah on Mohamed Salah's days used to be very much productive. And they're looking at their defense. It seems as though that they now concede more errors of late when it comes to the defense and all for Liverpool. But meanwhile, Brentford will be going into this fixture with a heartbreak in mind. Remember, during the FA Cup last week, they lost against Plymouth Argyle, the team that has failed to win in a long time. In about 13 matches under Wayne Rooney before he was sacked, they lost 1-0 against Plymouth. But this time around, they're at home, and I'm sure that they will be posing a lot of threats to this Liverpool side. So let's get into our prediction for Brentford taking on Liverpool. For the full-time prediction, I'll be going for an over 2.5 goals from this one because, of course, we know Liverpool to be a very attacking side. They're not backing down because, I want to believe that they're still very much in the title race. So they know that any slip-up right now will definitely cost them their Premier League title chase. But meanwhile, Brentford as well at home, we know very well that Bryan Mbeumo and Yohan Wissa have been very instrumental to this Brentford side. In fact, according to a statistic that I saw during the week, they said almost 75% of Brentford's goals this season has been either scored by either Yohan Wissa or Bryan Mbeumo. And only Bryan Mbeumo holds about 45% of those goals. So we know that Bryan Mbeumo this season has been so instrumental to this Brentford side. So let's get into the prediction. I told you, full-time prediction at over 2.5 goals. I think their full-time result will be going into something like 3-1 to Liverpool because, of course, Liverpool seems to be the team that wants the win more than Brentford. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Brentford does not want the win as well, but looking at what is at stake at the moment, Liverpool seems to be that team that really wants that win. So I think 3-1 to Liverpool. So let's get into our expert prediction for this game. For the expert prediction, I'll be going for Liverpool away win either half. Mainly because I know that Brentford might want to pose lots of threats, but at the end of the day, I think Liverpool will still get a win in this one. So if you don't want to go for away win either half on the first one, you can either go for this alternative market of over 4.5 saves. Why? Because I believe that this game is going to produce lots of shots towards goal, and goalkeepers will be in action. We know Alisson of late, I don't know what's wrong. He hasn't really been, so confident between the sticks. And of course, we know Mark Flecken has been fantastic for Brentford as well. So I think there will be lots of goalkeeper saves in this one. So over 4.5 goalkeeper saves for the alternative market. So moving into another game right here from the English Premier League, still on Saturday, we've got a game coming up between Arsenal and Aston Villa. Well, sport fans, we know very well Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. It's not looking like a fortress for them anymore because, yeah, you might want to say that they win more at the Emirates Stadium, but I haven't known exactly what has happened at the Emirates Stadium for Arsenal in recent times, especially during the EFL Cup a few weeks ago when Newcastle United defeated Arsenal 2-0, with Arsenal failing to score a single goal. So you might want to say Newcastle and Aston Villa are both on the same pedestal. I don't know for sure, but Newcastle right now, they are very much in a huge form than Aston Villa are. I expect it to be a really fierce encounter. Lots of fouls, lots of tackles, lots of controversies involved in this one. But of course, let me just quickly tell you about this fact. Arsenal are currently without a clean sheet in their last 3 matches. And for Aston Villa, they have recorded no losses in their last 3 games as well. So Aston Villa are going to be going into this game with confidence, while Arsenal will be aiming to actually turn things around in their own form right now. So now let's get into the prediction. For the full-time prediction, I'll be going for under 3.5 goals. I know some people might have shocked about this one, but of course, I don't think there will be lots of goals scored in this. Why? Because this fixture in recent time hasn't really produced a lot of goals. We know Aston Villa to have a really, really strong defense. Also, we know that Arsenal's defense pairing of Saliba and Gabriel also, really are strong. I'm sure that both teams would not concede at least more than 1 goal against each other. So under 3.5 goals for the full-time prediction between Arsenal and Aston Villa. Then going into the correct score prediction, I see a 1-1 draw between Arsenal and Aston Villa in this one. Going into the expert prediction for this one, I'll be going for over 8.5 corner kicks. We're knowing fully well that Arsenal of late now rely more on corner kicks to actually win games. Well, people are already calling them the corner boys. Anyways, if you don't want to go for over 8.5 corner kicks, then you can go for over 11.5 goal kicks in this game. Over 11.5 goal kick as the alternative market. So moving away from Arsenal versus Aston Villa, we also got another big game coming up this weekend. This time around, it is on Sunday, where Manchester United will be taking on Brighton and Hove Albion at the Old Trafford Stadium. At home at Old Trafford, Manchester United in recent time have been absolutely horrific. When I mean horrific, they've been winless in their last 5 games in all competitions for Manchester United. Meanwhile, Brighton has an opposite form. They've been without a loss in their last 5 matches. So you of course know that Man United will be aiming to actually get a positive result, especially considering what they did against Liverpool last time out, where they secured a 2-2 draw. Well, Ruben Amorim said then that he was pursuing a win against Liverpool. But this time around, it's time to now look at his own home form now and try to turn things around for Manchester United. So will Man United lose at Old Trafford against Brighton side? I'm not so sure, because even Brighton themselves, they've recorded more draws than they recorded losses. But of those draws, it either ends in 0-0 or 1-1. In fact, most of them ends in 0-0. So for the full-time prediction between Manchester United and Brighton, I think both teams will cancel each other out. I'll be going for both teams to score in this one. Man United, through their fight to actually turn things around at Old Trafford, I see them scoring a goal. And Brighton as well, through their fight of continuing their good form in all competition, I also see them scoring a goal. So I'll be going for both teams to score as a full-time prediction. Then for the expert prediction, I'll be going for away over 0.5. Yeah, I could have gone for Manchester United home over 0.5. But right here at the Essential Podcast, what we deal with is big odds. So for you to get a big odd, I'll be going for Brighton over 0.5 goals. If you go to 1xBet, I think 1xBet has it at about 1.35 or 1.30 odds, thereabouts. So then let's go into our alternative market. If you don't want to go for away over 0.5, then you can go for under 5.5 cards. Because if you look at the head-to-head between Man United and Brighton in their last 5 games, in fact, their last 5 meetings in all competitions altogether, they've failed to record over 4.5 cards, which means less than 4.5 cards has been recorded. So I'll be going for under 5.5 cards in this one. So moving into the final game right here at the Premier League, which will be happening on Monday. This is between Chelsea and Wolverhampton Wanderers on Monday at the Stamford Bridge. I remember the first leg of this match. It ended with 6 goals being scored. 4-2. Chelsea won that game. A fantastic free kick scored. The first half ended 1-1. The second half happened, and we start seeing lots and loads of goals from Chelsea and both sides. And that game eventually ended with 6 goals. Well, over the years, Wolverhampton Wanderers has been a team that has shown that they might not be able to get a goal against you, but they would always stop you from scoring against them. So that means that over the years, they've always shown to be a team that has a strong defense, excluding this season when they had Gary O'Neill as their manager, towards the beginning of the season, which didn't actually work for them. At the point they were in the relegation zone. But ever since their new manager, Victor, came in, this guy has, changed the defense line, rejuvenated them, and now they are now doing well defensive. And now against Chelsea this time around, do I think Wolves are going to be as poor in defense as they were in the first leg? I'm not so sure. So going into the full-time prediction right here at the Stamford Bridge, I see an over 2.5 goals. Something like, Chelsea scoring and then Wolves scoring a goal. We know Chelsea to be a team that lacks defensive prowess. So I know that definitely they will concede in this game. So I'll be going for over 2.5 goals as my full-time prediction. So for the expert prediction, I'll be going for home to win either half. Or if you don't want to go for that one, then you can go for home over 12.5 shots towards the goal. Home over 12.5 shots towards the goal, because Chelsea are a team that plays lots of shots. They have lots of attempts, and then the players, Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, Pedro Neto, Noni Madueke, it depends on which wingers start. If it's Noni Madueke, you expect him to have an average of about 3 shots per game. Nicholas Jackson of late hasn't really been having lots of chances coming in his way, but Cole Palmer will always have a shot. Pedro Neto as well. Now we see Jordan Sancho now more direct shooting at goal. So having shot at goal is not really a problem for Chelsea, and we'll see that over the games they've had this season. So for the alternative market in the expert prediction, I'll be going for home over 12.5 shots towards the goal. So now moving into the Spanish La Liga, let's get into this game coming up on Saturday. This is between Celta Vigo and Athletic Bilbao. But I think this is between two teams that over the years in the Spanish La Liga, they neither go up nor come down. Celta Vigo, we've seen them sometimes where towards the season, they get into the relegation zone, but somehow they manage not to relegate. Athletic Bilbao as well, it's not like they are just there, but they more like flex more so with the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Real Madrid, the likes of Atletico Madrid. So we might want to count them as one of the 4th best team in the Spanish La Liga, although we still have Sevilla, Villarreal, Real Sociedad, and the likes of them. And there's a fact about this game: Celta Vigo are unbeaten at home in their last 4 matches. And that is actually something that we need to look into. For Celta Vigo, every time they're away from home, they do not do well. But at home, it's either they win 2-0, 4-0, 1-0, and they get a draw. So they've been without no loss in their last 5 games. And in the 4 matches, they've won 4 right at home. But for Athletic Bilbao, you might want to say they are stronger than Celta Vigo. But will they come to Celta Vigo and get all the 3 points? We know them to be a dogged team, Celta Vigo. But I'm not so sure that they're just going to be so overexposed to now lose all 3 points. So going into the full-time prediction, I'll be going for Athletic Bilbao win or draw. So another reason why I'm going for Bilbao to win or draw is because in their last 10 games, they've only recorded 1 loss. And guess when that loss came was against Barcelona in the Supercopa de España. Aside that, they failed to lose a single game in their last 10. So the only loss that came for Bilbao was against Barcelona. So of course they're coming into this game with lots of confidence. Yeah. So against Celta Vigo might have a good form at home, but I'm not so sure that they will cancel out Bilbao in this one. So I'll be going for Bilbao to win or draw. So moving into the correct score, I'll be going for 2-1 in favor of Athletic Bilbao. And then for the expert prediction, I'll be going for over 1.5 goals. Yeah, it's surprising. Over 1.5 goals for this one is about 1.39 or 1.40 odds. So you should definitely go for that, because I see both teams scoring. And once both teams scored against each other, that's 2 goals. So here you go, 1.5 goals already. If you don't want to go for over 1.5 goals, then you can go for over 12.5 goal kicks, because we know definitely that there will be lots of long passes, long range ones, and thereabouts. So moving into the Italian Serie A, we've got 2 games into this one. We're going for the first one, Juventus versus AC Milan. This is coming up this Saturday. So going into the full-time prediction for this one, I'll be going for AC Milan to win or draw with the full-time result at 1-1. Then for the expert prediction, I'll be going for over 22.5 shots towards the goal. Over 22.5 shots towards the goal. Or if you don't want to go for that one, then you can choose the corner market, go for over 7.5 corner kicks. Over 7.5 corner kicks. So moving into the second big game that we got right here from the Italian Serie A, I've got another one. This is between the table toppers, Atalanta taking on Napoli. Right now, if you check the Serie A table, Atalanta are currently 2 points behind Napoli. And guess what? They're both fighting for the Scudetto. Although Inter Milan comes in third. And if you also look at the Scudetto table, Inter Milan has played 2 games lesser than Atalanta and Napoli, which means Inter Milan are just in one corner, hoping for more slip-ups coming from Napoli and Atalanta. And I'm sure that this fixture will be so interesting to Inter Milan because they know that at least one team will drop a point. So which gives Inter Milan more courage that they will used to go at the top of the table sometimes in the Italian Serie A. So let me just go into the full-time prediction already for this one. So based on the home advantage, I'll be going for Atalanta to win or draw with a full-time result at 2-1. And then for the expert prediction, I'll be going for a straightforward both team to score. Both team to score in that one. Then away from the Italian Serie A now, let's now get into the German Bundesliga. We've got one game coming up on Saturday. This is between Bayern Munich and Wolfsburg. Bayern Munich taking on Wolfsburg. Going into the full-time prediction of this one, I'll be going for Bayern Munich home straight win. Home straight win for Bayern Munich. Head-to-head has shown that over the last 5 games, Bayern Munich has won all the fixtures between themselves and Wolfsburg. So for the full-time prediction, I'll go for straight Bayern Munich to win with the correct score at 3-1. And then for the expert prediction, I'll go for home over 1.5 goals. Home over 1.5 goals. Or if you don't want to go for that one, then you can as well choose over 4.5 goalkeeper saves. Over 4.5 goalkeeper saves. So, of course, that is that on our predictions. But before I go today, remember I told you from the beginning that I got bonus tips for you. So, going into the bonus tips, these are from the other sports. I'll be choosing basketball today. And these are the fixtures for the NBA that are coming up this weekend. Also, we've got one game that will be coming up today from the NBA. And this is between Oklahoma City Thunder and Cleveland Cavaliers. I'll go straight into the full-time prediction for this one. I'll be going for a home win for this one. A home full-time win. That is Oklahoma City Thunder to take all the win in this one. Then for the expert prediction, I'll be going for over 105.5 points in the first half of this match. Over 105.5 points in the first half. Then I got another game coming up this time on Saturday tomorrow. This is between Detroit Pistons taking on Phoenix Suns. This is coming up tomorrow. This one, I'll go straight into the full-time prediction. I'll go for the away to take all the wins because in the last 3 games between these sides, Phoenix Suns has taken all the wins in this. So I think I'll go for another away team to win in this. Then the expert prediction, I'll go for over 215.5 points in the entire game. Over 215.5 points, including overtime. Finally, from the bonus tips that we got today, I'm going into the game coming up on Sunday. This is between Miami Heat and San Antonio Spurs. Miami Heat and San Antonio Spurs. Straight into the full-time prediction, I'll go for home straight to win. And then the expert prediction straight is home over 100.5 points. Home over 100.5 points. So guys, that is all we take on today's episode of the Ensure Zone podcast. Thank you so much for actually being part today. Don't forget, I'll be back next week as well to give you more tips and more updates, of course. Don't forget, visit BetEnsured at www.betensured.com to get more amazing tips just like this one that I just served to you right here on the show. www.betensured.com. Also, don't forget, like, subscribe, and share this video for more amazing tips like this. My name is Tim, the Sports Talker. I see you next time. Remember, right here at the Ensure Zone podcast, we just do not predict the future, we ensure it. See you next time, and bye-bye.